Hi, everybody. Welcome back to In the Cards and Stars. We are doing a live podcast episode today, breaking down off campus. We are going to speculate on the astrology of the fictional characters, and we're going to pull some tarot T cards on the real life rumors. Hmm? A lot of rumors circulating about the cast, which that tends to happen, right? This also happened with heated rivalry. It's all in good fun. We're going to spill the tarot tea and just see what we can come up with. But this is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. So as you pop in, be sure that you say hello. And yeah, I am excited to talk about this. You guys recommended this to me, and I was like a little skeptical because I was like, I don't know, like we'll see a hockey show, whatever. Okay, after like the first 5 minutes, I was like, "This is a great show." It was so amazing. I watched the whole thing over the weekend, binge watched it. I love that it all like came out in one drop. So, yeah, I am ready to talk about it. You guys were right. I will never doubt your recommendations ever again. But okay, let's dive right in and then yeah, say hi as you guys come on in and I want to hear your opinions on the astrology of these characters and let me know what you guys think about the rumors, any rumors you want us to pull cards on. Yeah, we're just gonna spill it all. Okay. I'm having a little issue with my mic here. One second. Let me get situated here. There. Okay. That's a little better. All right. So there will be spoilers. Just warning everyone, there will be spoilers. So the Off Campus series is a hockey romance series written by Elle Kennedy that follows a group of four friends: Garrett Graham, John Logan, Dean Howard De Laurentiis, and John Tucker. The five-book series was released from 2015 to 2021 and was met with immense success, quickly becoming a bestseller and TikTok sensation. It spawned three spin-off series: Briar U, Campus Diaries, and Avalon Bay. A new television series adaptation of the Off Campus book series, developed by Amazon Studios and premiered on Prime Video. This series explores the lives and relationships of college students and is executive produced by Elle Kennedy. Very cool. So this is another one of those um, book series that has just become a huge sensation. I love that that's happening these days. Kind of reminds me of, this whole setup reminds me of like Bridgerton, heated rivalry. I love it. And this is really cool because each of the seasons also focuses on, just like Bridgerton, one of the couples. So very into it. Okay. Ooh, you guys are popping in. Hey, what's up, you guys? Whitney. Oh my gosh, you made it. Whitney says just popping in. Hi, Britt. Hi, tea timers. Hi, Whitney. How's it going? At my parents finally celebrating my birthday. Happy belated birthday. Wait, Whitney, are you a Gemini? Hold on. We need the info. Sending all the good energy right back to you. Oh my gosh, happy birthday. Or wait, Whitney, did we pull a card for your birthday? I don't know. Remind me. Hi, Nelly. How's it going? Did you guys have you guys watched this show? Have you guys seen Off Campus? If so, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Weigh in, please. I want to hear. Okay. So now let's get into the juicier details of these characters. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about Hannah Wells. We're going to do a quick little, synopsis of the characters. So Hannah is a smart singer-songwriter whose scholarship is cut at the beginning of the show. Her love life is also struggling with an unrequited crush on Justin Cole. Okay, I love this whole storyline. This reminds me of like early 2000s TV shows. In a bid to catch his eye, she agrees to tutor ice hockey player Garrett in return for a fake relationship while also trying to win a pop songwriting competition to retain her scholarship. I mean, there was one point in the show where I was like, this poor girl, like she needs a break. She needs a break. She's been through it. Oh my God. But let's talk about her birth chart, her alleged birth chart, because of course we don't know about any of these fictional characters. Let me put a little picture. There we go. There's the cute couple. Wellesley and Garrett, of course. Not yet. My birthday was on the 2nd of June. Oh my God, you guys, we have so many birthdays in here. Okay, well, happy belated birthday, Nelly. Yes. So you are a Gemini for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, Nelly, if you stay till the end, I will pull a Britney Spears Oracle card for you for your birthday. And same with you, Whitney, even though I know you're just popping in. But remind me. Okay. So Hannah, this was kind of hard to figure out her big 3. That's kind of what I want to look at, like, just for fun, the big 3 of these fictional characters. Let me know what you guys think. I know you guys are really good with astrology as well. So for Hannah, I was like, I see her as a dreamer. I see her as someone who has dealt with a lot of difficulty in her life, but she doesn't really read Capricorn to me because she has so much whimsy. She's emotional, but she's really strong. So, like, it was hard. Like, this was probably the hardest character for me to try to assign, a sun, moon, rising combo to. But here's what I settled on. So, I'm going to say I think she's a Sagittarius sun because despite everything that she's been through, she has that Jupiter optimism. It's like she does believe that things can get better. She does have big dreams. It's like she doesn't really give up and she's always able to see the bright side or the solution, even though she needs a little bit of pushing. So I was like, okay, so I feel like fire sign sun, she is like, she's, I don't know, she's just like a positivity about her. So I was like Sagittarius sun, but then there's a slowdown and like she is sort of a homebody and she likes to kind of be like behind the scenes. And I remember, like, in one particular scene, she was just gonna, like, stay home and watch, stay home and just, like, watch a movie instead of, like, leaving the house. So I was like, "Okay, that to me and the creativity feels like Pisces moon energy." So I'm gonna say Sagittarius sun, even though I'm not sold on that. So let me know if you guys have a different way in. But it had to be something out of the ordinary. Okay, so Pisces moon, and then for her rising, I think Virgo. I think Virgo, just like also because of like, you can tell someone's rising sign sometimes by the way they look. She sort of has a Virgo rising look to me, like kind of like an angelic face. And that's Virgo rising. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay, well, let me know when you guys know. Oh my God. So that's kind of what I'm getting for her. She has that hopeless romantic Pisces moon energy. It's very like water moon. Also, having the two people that she's confused about, that to me really, like, in my opinion, happens to Libra, Pisces, Gemini, like any of the zodiac signs that have like the theme of two. Sometimes those people will have to choose, they'll make a choice in love. So that's another thing that was making me think Pisces moon because she does have to choose between Garrett and Justin. Yeah, Justin. I'm like, what's his name again? Um, yeah, so that was like something that I really picked up on with her. Also, when it comes to like saving her scholarship and like wanting to figure things out, she wants to do it alone. That's very like Virgo fix it, like I can do this. Sagittarius, I believe. Also, I get Sagittarius sun energy from her because she decided to be friends with someone who has very free spirit energy. Like her best friend has the most free spirited energy. So we'll get to that later. Okay. Next, let's talk about Garrett. Garrett Graham. So Garrett Graham is played by Belmont Cameli. And he seems really, really sweet. I watched a bunch of like interviews and he just seems super sweet. So his real life personality, I think, is different than his character that he plays on screen as Garrett Graham. With Garrett, there are layers, right? I mean, this character has like a lot of charisma, kind of seems closed off on the outside. Like when you first come into contact with this character, it's like, ooh, this guy's kind of a dirtbag, right? Like he just does not have the best vibes. He seems kind of full of himself. He projects an air of like, I'm too good for you. So of course, that's Aries rising to me. like like Aries rising in the negative. And we come to find out that, as things progress, spoiler alert, that he actually is covering up a lot of hurt. He went through a lot as a child. His father was abusive. Like he went through so much and he's playing hockey because he wants to please his dad. So I was like, okay, this gives childhood wounds. I'm going to say Aries rising. Aries risings also can deal with things through anger or they can be like reactionary, which is something he's really insecure about. Okay, so I was like, I see that. Athletic, that's kind of a given, right? A lot of Aries risings are super athletic. They come across as like very sporty. So, yeah, like that kind of goes for everyone on the team. But for him in particular, he has Aries energy. Also, the kind of innocence and the sweetness that we see uncovered as things progress, like there is a lighthearted, childlike spirit that comes out in him. Like when he plays some of the songs that he loves and he starts to loosen up around Hannah. That is very like first sign of the zodiac, the child of the zodiac, Aries energy. So to me, he does kind of hit a lot of the main points of Aries energy. Okay. Sun sign Leo. I still think that he's a Leo sun. Also the hair. Okay. We got to take into account the hair. Leos tend to have a lot of hair, great hair, distinctive hair. He has that. Check, check, check. Also, he's the star player. Leos are the star. You know, they tend to walk into a room and pull focus. Definitely Garrett Graham is like, the it guy on campus. Everybody knows his name. Heavy, heavy on the Leo. Um, Also, he has a natural charisma, even though he's kind of a jerk at first. Like he does still have a natural charisma, a confidence about him. That to me is very Leo sun. So that one was pretty easy to peg. And then the moon sign, I'm going to go with Taurus moon, you guys, for this character. Only because there is this desire for stability that you can see within him. I think the non-committal stuff in the beginning of the show was very like immature. That's again Aries rising. Aries is the child of the zodiac, so like not really knowing what you want yet, being kind of immature about love and relationships. Then as things progress, I do really get a sense of a Taurus moon. He wants stability. That would also make sense why his character would be attracted to someone like Hannah, who gives off heavy, heavy Earth rising energy. I think Virgo, but I really think she could be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus rising. And so that's a big point of compatibility. I think he's drawn to that. He sees that in her, but that's from his moon sign. So he only really gets in touch with his need for stability, grounding, and a desire for like safety and commitment when he goes into his deepest feelings, right? Which we don't really see him do until the scene where he's going through a tough time while playing hockey. He has to like walk away for a second during the game, and he ends up finding Hannah in the green room dancing and singing to a song that she wrote herself. And from that moment on, it's like he really sees her. He feels a sense of safety and comfort with her. And then he sort of like, I think he fell in love with her right there. Like, I think that was the scene where that character fell in love with her character. But I don't think that that is something that we see about him until he gets emotional. So that's why I'm going to have to say it's a Taurus moon thing. Okay. Lots of stability. Also, fun fact about Taurus moons, once they commit, they are very committed. But until then, think about Taurus energy. Taurus loves luxury and is known for, indulgence romantically and otherwise. So that also would explain a lot of his conquests and sort of his general vibe when it comes to love. It's like he wants to date a lot of people. In the beginning, he sort of is a scoundrel. Okay. Again, Taurus moon, that checks out. But once he's committed, he's committed. Okay. Next up, this character was very hard to figure out. This is such an enigmatic character, you guys. The character of Justin Cole, played by Josh Houston, who's actually an Australian actor, by the way, which was interesting because he had a British accent in the show. And I'm going to say for him, we don't really ever get to know his character on a deep level, at least not this season. There's rumors that he may come back in future seasons, but that he's like not going to be back in the beginning of the next season. So I don't know. He's a little bit of a mysterious peripheral character, even though there is a lot of focus on him because he's sort of the whole reason that Garrett and Hannah get together. But we just don't really get to know him. So I feel like based on the way he looks, he is a Libra sun. Just, the charm, the hair, the vibe. Like he's not, I don't know, he doesn't give like big, loud Leo energy. He sort of gives that vibe of like, I'm a charmer and I'm sulking around in the shadows a little bit, like I want you to come to me type of thing. Black cat energy, not the golden retriever for sure with this guy. So I think that his moon sign is Aquarius because, like I said, we don't really ever get to know him super well. He also seems to be a bit detached in his own head. He's a great writer. So, like air sign energy, great writers, air signs can really connect with, the spoken word. And with his moon being in Aquarius, I do think that that is what allows him to stay connected to Hannah, but, like, he doesn't really get into his feelings. Like, does he ever confess his feelings for her? I don't think so. I mean, the most I think he does is, like, tell her that he wants to take her out on a date, and by that time, she's already, like, done, you know? By that time, she's already in love with Garrett. So, yeah, he gives me Aquarius moon and then Scorpio rising because of the intensity. So, like, this guy, kind of a classic musician archetype, like artistic, slightly unavailable, um, heartthrob. So it's like Libra would be the heartthrob, the unavailability would be the Aquarius moon, and the kind of like broody and mysterious energy would be the Scorpio rising. Also, fun fact, Scorpio risings tend to have very intense eyes. Any Scorpio rising, regardless of like eye color, but any Scorpio rising that you meet, look at their eyes. Their eyes tend to be very intense, piercing. It's like they look into your soul. I do feel like this character has this, and I wonder if the actor in real life has any Scorpio placements because he does tend to just have this very piercing kind of aura where he does seem quite mysterious. So, okay. He is definitely like the unavailable heartthrob type. I think that this was, yeah, he did a great job playing that character. Next up, let's talk about John Logan, you guys. Now, this character, he is important in the show, but honestly, I feel like I wasn't sure if he was gonna go, like, the villain route at one point, because we do find out that he has a crush on Hannah when she's walking up the steps, and he's like, "Oh, I remember you, like, where's your car?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" Like, and there's, like, this moment where she's like, "Oh my gosh, you know about like, what do you mean my car? That car broke down." Like, she's rides a bike now. And again, Virgo rising or Capricorn rising energy, like, this girl is going through it. And he's like, "Well, no, like I fixed it at the garage last year." So we get the sense that he remembers her. He knows who she is. He remembered her even though she didn't really remember him. So at that point, we're thinking, okay, like did he just reveal something? Like has he had a crush on her for a while? Is this character the character that saw Hannah before Garrett, even knew she was alive? We see another hint at that when Garrett is like looking at her Instagram and John's like, "Don't you know who that you know who that is? She's waited on us at Malone's like a million times. That's Hannah." So it's like he knows who she is. It seems like maybe he's even interested in her. And also he notices that Garrett doesn't even know who she is. And he's also thinking, you don't do relationships. So he's really sweet, kind of a protective guy, but also very upbeat. So I was like, I'm feeling that we're getting a blend here of water, earth, and fire energy for this character. I also, like I said, I wasn't sure if he was going to take a villainous turn. He didn't. He didn't. Like, there was one point where he could have said something. He could have been like, you don't deserve her, or, he could have stepped in, but really instead, he was a shoulder to cry on. He was a listening ear. I mean, this is a really sweet, good hearted character. And rumor has it that in future episodes, or like in a future series, he's going to have his own relationship. And I'm curious to see how that kind of turns out for him. But I am going to say with this character, he's super sweet and upbeat, very friendly. So I'm thinking maybe he is a Gemini rising and then moon in Cancer because he's very sweet and kind, very emotionally like in tune. Even during the episode where, it's Thanksgiving and his sister Jules wants to go visit their mom at rehab and he doesn't want to. There's this whole conversation that they have and she's like, "Well, I'm going to go by myself." Of course, she turns around and her brother is right there. He did show up. So I'm like, "Oh, Cancer Moon." Cancer Moon, like very, very sweet and genuine. And he never took the turn into villain, even though he really wanted to be with Hannah. He thought he was the better match for her. He might actually be the better match for her in some ways. He also comes from the same sort of background. They were able to joke about how they're both like working so hard and have all these jobs and like they seem like they kind of get each other, but it just turns into a friendship, at least as of now. So, yeah, I think Cancer Moon, and then I think his sun sign, he just seems so like lovable and charming and sweet. So maybe he's a Libra sun. Also, he seems like he would be the type to love love. So, yeah, I'm going to say Libra sun. hmm I like this character a lot. He's super sweet. I'm excited to see him like fall in love because it was a little bit sad at the end of this first season when he ended up alone. Okay. These two. Oh my God. These two spicy characters. This is going to be a fun one. And also, Mika Abdallah, the actress that plays Allie Hayes, she's having her own real life drama that we're going to pull some cards on here in a second. But for these two, okay, these were fun little couple that, we didn't even know would become a couple someday because this was just a little bit crazy. It's like these two people sort of mirror each other. They both are like fun loving. They want to experience adventure. They don't want to be tied down, but both have a desire to be loved. And neither of them is really willing to slow down and settle down enough to admit that or to find that at this point. The whole show really, Allie has this internal struggle between her, now ex-boyfriend, but the guy that she has been dating on and off for 2 years, who's like the safe choice, if you will. If she ends up with him, she'll move to Vermont and she wants to be an actress and like she wants to live this big, exciting life and have these adventures. And she keeps going back and forth about like who she really is and like what's going to make her happy. And that's like a huge struggle. And Dean De Laurentiis comes in and kind of shows her that she's not the only one that wants this adventurous life and that there could be a match for her that is, better suited for her, that also wants to have fun and try out different things in life and travel and do all these things. And so it's funny because spoiler alert, when we get to this point, she's actually the one that's scared of that relationship. So I was like, okay, we really have to break this character down in order to identify a sun, moon, rising because this one is not easy. But I think that for her, she, especially because she's like an actress and she comes across with this like very emotional, sweet energy. She's also a really great friend to Hannah. I think that she is a Cancer rising. And I also just see it in her face, like with her big, pretty eyes and like just she wears her heart on her sleeve. And then she will like pull back. So cancers will go back into their shell, right? The Cancer crab. So like I get heavy, heavy Cancer rising energy from her. And then that desire for adventure, the sparkles, the high life, she wants to be on the stage. She wants to be an actress. She wants to get an agent. So I think that she is probably a Leo sun. I mean, that's just sort of a given. She gives heavy Leo sun energy. And then for her moon sign, once you get to know her, I do think that she wants freedom and she sort of struggles with that desire for freedom because of, I think, this push pull between her Cancer rising and her Sagittarius moon because she also always pulls herself up and out of a situation. Um, Sagittarius moons are really known for like their buoyancy. Like no matter what they go through, they grow through it and they bounce back stronger than ever. Known as the optimist, ruled by Jupiter. Like look at your birth chart personally. Side note, wherever you have Jupiter in your birth chart and wherever you have Sagittarius in your birth chart, these are the places where you bounce back. Okay. And so with her emotionally, she bounces back pretty quickly from her breakup, right? So it's giving Sagittarius moon. Okay. Dean De Laurentiis. The guy who is known as the scoundrel, he calls himself a roller coaster ride. But, much like Garrett, I think that he is a lot more than that. And we see that at the end of the first season. And I'm super excited that the second season actually focuses on the love triangle and the romance between Dean and Allie. Like, I'm so happy they're already filming it, you guys. I cannot wait for the second season. Oh my God. Okay. So with Dean, he is, well, I think he is an Aries sun, because also just that athlete energy. He does seem very like me, me, I'm doing this, me first kind of. His overall sort of presence and identity, his sun sign, his ego energy is very independent. And it gives strong Aries energy. He really does. So I'm gonna say Aries sun. And then I feel like I know I'm saying a lot of Sagittarius, but I do feel like a lot of these characters have Sagittarian energy. Um, they're just like the adventurous type. So for him, I feel like he could be a Sagittarius rising, and that would also explain the connection with Allie. Like if he's a Sagittarius rising, she's a Sagittarius moon, the moon rising connection would keep them, coming back to each other. So, and also the Aries sun energy with her Leo sun, two fire suns would keep them, very interested in each other, like a hot, smoldering fire. And then I gotta say, the fact that he, at the end of the first season, really shows a soft, vulnerable side. I think he has a water moon. I do, but I think it's Pisces, because Pisces moons, they can be the most confusing and the most confused. So, it's a fish swimming in two different directions. They can also be deceptive and even self deceptive. Again, if this is you, I'm not necessarily referring to you. This is like just a facet of like possibility. These are just things that fall under the realm of possibility for Pisces energy people. It doesn't mean that everybody who's a Pisces is like dishonest. It just means that they are very, they're free flowing, and the emotions, you kind of have to just follow the emotions. There's really no way to contain them. There's no way to predict them. And so we see that with him. Like he starts off being happily single, wanting to be, doing his own thing, glad he's not tied down. And then by the end of the first season, he has accidentally fallen in love with Allie, and he's sort of like, what's going on here? Like, I need to let her know how I feel. So he is a really interesting combination, I think, of double fire and then a very hidden and slightly confusing and charming Pisces moon. Okay. Love it, love it. And if you guys, we don't have a lot of people here in the live, which that's fine. I totally get it. But leave a comment if you guys watch this later, okay? Leave a comment because I really want to know what you guys think. Like, what do you think about these characters? Okay. Next, and actually our last character that we're looking into before we move on to our tarot tea spill on the real life people behind, behind the show, is John Tucker. This was the easiest one for me. I mean, come on. He is super sweet. He's like the mom friend disguised as, the hockey teammate. He is so amazing. He's like always feeding people. He's always like just that solid, immovable force. This is Taurus Cancer energy. Like Taurus Cancer. Like that is what, so I think he's probably like Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Cancer moon. Like double, double earth, and then super sweet. The whole like nurturing element, the providing element, the sweet energy, he's always there for everybody like if they need him. He's very low drama. Like I just think he's a sweetheart. This is like the family guy. And that is very like Taurus and Cancer. Both of those zodiac signs have a nurturing spirit. They also want to be nurtured. They also will cook for you if they like you. And they typically want to share like meals and good times with family. Like they're very, very family oriented. So that is him. He's the glue. He holds everybody together with the nurturing and the stability of Cancer Taurus vibes. Okay, guys. So now Let's switch gears and get a little messy. Okay. And pull a few cards on some of the real life rumors going on behind the scenes about the cast. All right. It's a little spicy, a little crazy. Let me take this down here. Okay. So let's give it a little shuffle. Let's start with Mika Abdallah. So this is the character of Allie, or the actress that plays the character Allie Hayes. And in her real life, she actually just went through a split with actor Jake Short, who she was engaged to. Now, I don't know who Jake Short is. Never heard of him before this. But fans are just going crazy on Reddit, on all the social media platforms. Like, apparently this breakup was very sudden for a lot of people. People were just not expecting this. However, I did a little bit of digging today and I saw that there was like a podcast that he went on and he was very let's just say it wasn't giving loving energy. Like after I watched that, I was like, "Oh, I could see why they broke up. This makes sense." It was weird. Like he called her, they were like, "What would you say about your girlfriend?" Or describe um how would you describe Mika? And he was like, some, bitch, like jokingly, but like it wasn't funny. It was weird. One of the other girls on the podcast, like you could see her face and she just went, like, it was a bad vibe. And then Mika didn't seem happy at all. Like, she looked really uncomfortable. Like, it wasn't a funny joke. It was really uncomfortable. It was a moment where you could tell something's not right with this couple behind the scenes. So that to me makes sense. So let's pull some cards to see what's going on in Mika Abdallah's private life, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, how she's doing, and what caused the breakup with actor Jake Short. And of course, as always, you guys, people are already starting to ship these characters, which happened with Bridgerton, happened with Heated Rivalry. It's kind of a sign, it's a sign of the times. It's the world we live in now. So I don't know. I could see. Let's not be too messy. Okay, let's see. So let's just say all of these actors do seem to have a lot of chemistry with each other, which is great for the show and probably messy for behind the scenes. So for Mika, what happened with the breakup? Hi, Pat. How's it going? Oh my gosh, welcome. Pat, did you watch Off Campus? Okay, what happened with Mika's breakup? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. What happened? Okay, the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, a lack of stability. There was a lack of stability in the relationship, a lot of disappointment that led to this feeling of a lack of stability. Yeah, like 4 of Pentacles can be feeling really bored, feeling like you're not getting enough of really, I don't know, really anything. Kind of bare bones, like you're sitting there on this, she's just sitting there kind of on this suitcase. It reminds me a little bit of her character's situation in the show where she just feels like she's not stimulated mentally, like she's sort of bored. She wants more from life. She wants more from love. So there's a general sense of like disappointment that surrounded that relationship. Oh my gosh, girl. I'm glad that that's over then. Okay, so that's her energy. I think that she's happy to have moved on then. Like I don't get let's see how she's doing now then. Post breakup. How is she doing post breakup? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Oh, okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles, but it came out in reverse. Interesting. So this is like I'm not looking for anything stable right now. Literally, this is like mirroring her character, Allie Hayes. And I wonder if much like her character, Allie Hayes, she's gonna, wind up accidentally in another relationship because they always say it happens like when you least expect it. And that is the truth, right? So, Knight of Pentacles, she does not want somebody that is going to come in and offer her like stability. She doesn't want responsibility right now. She is enjoying being unencumbered, free, and just like, away from the drama, away from the disappointments, which makes sense. She needs to take some time, enjoy her life. But it's funny that the Knight of Pentacles comes out because this is an offer. I feel like he has already tried to get her back based on this card, and it's been a hard no from her. Good for her. Love that. Okay, let's see. What else? What else is going on with her? Oh, yeah, the death card in reverse. Okay, the death card in reverse is like an ending that has occurred, but in reverse, like she feels like it's also been a rebirth. Like this ending needed to happen so badly. And I think that this time in her life when she is now, on this hit show off campus, she's doing press, she's around all of these friends, all these castmates, she's busy. It's like being on set, it's like your own like friend group. It feels like you're at camp. Like this was the perfect timing for her to have this rebirth. So cutting this off, I think has been a huge, huge relief and a huge weight off her shoulders. That does not surprise me at all. Honestly, even just based on like that little podcast clip I saw, like that does not surprise me. Okay, what about actor Jake Short? What what about him? What's his deal? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Hi Abdullah, how's it going? Oh, good day to you too. Thank you so much. Michael is doing well. That is so sweet. How are you? Is it morning where you are right now? Oh, let's see. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. This is an immaturity when it comes to love and passion. Yeah, I think that overall he had an immature approach to passion. Um, what else? Knight of Swords was not careful with his words. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so sorry I just yawned. So, fun fact, little side note. Michael and I have been working out every other day, like lifting weights. Like I've started lifting weights to try to like, build muscle and stuff and stay healthy for the long term. It has wiped me out. Like, oh my god, you guys, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I just yawned like that, but just know it's because I be out there lifting. So Knight of Swords, yeah, this is just like not careful with your words. Um, it can be harsh, it can be sharp. I mean, again, back to the podcast clip. I know that one clip doesn't like tell you everything about a person or a relationship, but you can get kind of a vibe, right? And the vibe I got was, oof, ouch, harsh, very harsh. So yeah, harsh, immature with love, Page of Wands, Knight of Swords. Yeah, he has a long way to go, I think, when it comes to figuring out really how to show up in a relationship for somebody else. Definitely needs more maturity around passion. That can also be jealousy with the Page of Wands. So yeah, I think jealousy and not great communication skills probably led to that breakup. Okay, everybody is this is messy. We're gonna be a little bit messy. Everybody is speculating that she has really great chemistry with Stephen Kalin, who plays Dean De Laurentiis, her on-screen, romantic partner. And people are saying that in season 2, which they're filming right now, this season focuses on their romance. So much like Bridgerton, remember, I think it was season 4 of Bridgerton when, Penelope and with Luke Newton and oh my god, what is wrong with me, you guys? My brain just shorted out. But when Luke Newton and you know who I'm talking about, Nicola Coughlan, my god, when the two of them got together, that was like during season 4, everybody was freaking out, shipping them off camera as well. So I kind of think that's what's going to happen with these two actors. And we'll see which way it goes. I think that they both have to be careful, unless they don't want to be, because he's in a relationship. He is actually engaged. So let's just see if there's any truth, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, to the rumors that there could be some off-screen chemistry between these two people. Allegedly, allegedly. Nice. You just woke up, made nice coffee. Gonna go for a jog. Oh my gosh, good for you. Get it. Awesome, cool top. Oh, thank you. It's for the off campus. This is actually my husband's jersey. It says Mogensen. You can see it, Mogensen on the back. It's a, what is it, Memphis Blues jersey? But thank you for noticing. Trying to be on theme. Okay. And good for you for getting that morning run in. That's awesome. Okay. Anything going on between these two behind the scenes? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Between Steven and Mika. Allegedly, allegedly. What's their vibe? Off screen. The Fool, a fresh start. Okay. I think this is her energy heavily. She's definitely going through a fresh start, freshly out of her engagement and in an amazing time in her career. Okay. What else? What about his vibe specifically? What's his energy? Allegedly. Oh, we got two. Oh, Lord. Guys. Oh, my God. Page of Swords. Oh, so maybe a little bit immature thinking. I mean, they are all really young. And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups is the three's company card. So at least it didn't come through in the upright. But in reverse, this is temptation. This is temptation. And then Page of Swords, this is like kind of immature. This could be sending messages. This could be texting. So I'll say this, allegedly for entertainment purposes, absolutely only. I wouldn't be surprised if okay, I don't think they've crossed a line because the Three of Cups is in reverse. So I don't think there's been any hanky panky, any cheating, anything like that going on. However, the messages and having to resist this give me the impression that there's definitely something, there's definitely like a little bit of a flirtation. There's a temptation. And this could be like flirty messages, texting each other, maybe a little bit more than you would text a normal coworker. Like they are flirting dangerously with crossing the line. Okay. I will say that. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens season 2. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Yeah. Love it. Okay. And let's see. Anything else? Anything else? Oh, okay. People also have been speculating that Ella and Belmont, like who play Hannah and Garrett, that their like off-screen chemistry is just like amazing. Again, it's giving like Bridgerton, that whole press tour. Like people are speculating heavily that the two of them could be dating. Now, he's in a relationship. I don't know if she's in a relationship, but let's just pull some cards to see, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, how they really feel about each other off screen. Like, are they really just friends, or like, could there be a little more chemistry going on? Okay. So for Ella and Belmont, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Okay, Ella. What is her energy towards Belmont, who she calls Belle, by the way? What is her energy towards him? Okay, the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. We need to clarify that for sure. Ooh, oh my God. Okay, this one like flew. That was weird. That was weird. The Star card to clarify the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. The Star card is Aquarius energy. The Two of Pentacles in reverse is a lack of balance or trying to balance and struggling. Okay, so I allegedly for entertainment purposes only, and she may never admit this, nor should she if she doesn't want to. This to me looks like somebody who is struggling a little bit with balancing how they feel around somebody, when they are in character with how they're supposed to feel when they're not in character. So yeah, this would be like you sort of falling for somebody while you're playing their love interest, which I mean, how often does that probably happen, you know? I mean, you can't blame her. Like they definitely get along. There's a lot of great chemistry. And I mean, it's a struggle with the Two of Pentacles. She's struggling to like cut it off, like in her mind. Like, no, 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 that's just on screen. So, okay, for her, at least mentally, there's a little bit of overlap, but I don't get the sense that she's done anything about it. Like, I think Two of Pentacles, she's trying to keep it balanced. So I don't think that she's like, let him know this or whatever. I think this is all internal. Okay, what about him? How does he feel towards her, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only? The Page of Cups, an emotional new beginning. Oh my God, you guys stop. Ah, okay. And the Knight of Pentacles wants to make her an offer she can't refuse. Okay, well, I'll say this. I don't know what's going to happen here, but she's trying to figure out how to balance her feelings, like compartmentalize how she feels when she is the star card, when she's acting and doing her thing with like her day-to-day life and trying not to let those feelings overlap, like trying to keep work at work and not like have deeper feelings for him. And then with him, Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, he's definitely contemplating a new beginning with her. Like, I think that if he thought she would say yes, he would absolutely, Knight of Pentacles, want to make her an offer and date her. So, you know what? Sometimes the fan speculation is dead on. And on that note, you guys, I do have to bring up that the news broke today that Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater have finally officially broken up. And you guys, we've been speculating about this for months and months. I actually need to go and find the last tarot tea time where I predicted that they were going to break up or already were over. Because, yeah, another example, you guys, of fan speculation being dead on, because I think that we called that around here. But okay, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out. And if you guys are watching this later, please like and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of these characters. Would you have, you know, given them the same sun, moon, rising? What do you think of their Venus signs? Like, let's speculate. Let's speculate. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Love y'all. Y'all are the best. And I will see you guys very soon. The next live stream is going to be on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central. And that's where we'll do our regular, like, your requests and all of that. Okay. So I will see you guys there. Bye. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, you guys.